This is your news source evening bulletin for today, Wednesday, the 25th day of July in the year 2018. Here's what we're tracking tonight. Opposition leader Jagdeo continues to express concern about the security situation in the country. He told a media conference today that he has been meeting with persons who are also concerned and many of them have lost confidence in the police force. According to the opposition leader, the Public Security Minister Ramjatan has been a failure in leading the fight against crime, and he has noted the calls by some citizens demanding that Ramjatan leaves office. He said he intends to continue pushing the crime issue in his meetings with the president. Jagdeo also focused briefly on the Tuesday police operation that saw 5 suspected armed bandits being killed as they attempted to invade a house at Linden. He said he has noticed how the operation is being praised as a success in the fight against crime, but claims that had it been under the PPP civic government, persons would have been crying about extrajudicial killings.
And I was intrigued to see that the people who were killed just recently, in this case, the government highlights them as a success in the fight against crime. But just imagine the PPP in office and the exact same thing happening. This would be now extrajudicial killing by the racist PPP government trying to exterminate Afro-Guyanese. As they said when they created that list of 400 people who had included, they said that we killed through extrajudicial means, and they included all the bandits and the victims and the policemen who were killed, and you had nearly 100 Indo-Guyanese there, but they said we had killed 400 Afro-Guyanese through extrajudicial means.
Guyana saw one of the worst crime waves under the Jagdeo presidency, and several local and international organizations had raised concern about extrajudicial killings by the Guyana police force then, when suspects were taken into custody or cornered but allegedly executed by lawmen. It was during that Jagdeo presidency also that Guyana saw the highest number of police officers being killed in the line of duty. Jagdeo served as president from 1999 to 2011. More news in a moment.
Stock your kitchen cupboards up for free by visiting GMSA's Uncapped Marketplace and participating in the Save the Fair competition. Double your chances to win coupons to enter the competition by answering questions online or attending the event on Saturday, July 28 at the National Track and Field Center, Lenora, West Coast, Demerara. Event starts at 10 hours. You must arrive before 14 hours for a chance to win shelves of quality products. See press for details or visit the Uncapped Facebook page today. Don't miss it.
As we return, let's tell you that the Ministry of Education today signed a new 7-year agreement with Peace Corps Guyana to support education and learning across the country. The new agreement, which has received the full support of the government and the United States Embassy here in Georgetown, is being regarded as a renewing of vows. The U.S. Peace Corps has been supporting several activities in Guyana since 1966, with more than 900 Peace Corps volunteers having served during those years. The agreement was signed today by Minister of Education Nicolette Henry and the Country Director for Peace Corps Guyana, Curry Cobab. The MOU establishes support for NSERT's Pilot Literacy Project, NSERT's Education for a Sustainable Development Project, and a system-wide rollout of the revised Health and Family Life Education curriculum. Over the years, the Peace Corps has had approximately 80 volunteers in the country each year, focused on a number of sectors, including education, health, and more recently, the environment.
Together, through this MOU, we will be able to strengthen the mutual relationship between our agencies. We'll also be able to complement the work and activities related to Peace Corps Guyana's values and mission and well-being, which aligns very well with the Ministry of Education vision and goals, but in particular, the Health and Family Life Education Department.
U.S. Ambassador to Guyana Perry Holloway was present at the signing and also spoke about the importance of the Peace Corps in Guyana.
Peace Corps has been here since 1966. We had a number of years where we left the country, but we came back. They've always been very welcomed in Guyana. I think she mentioned we have about 40 volunteers now, but we have 37 new ones being sworn in. I don't know how many of those are doing in education, but they're going to be in regions 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 9, and 10.
The ambassador said the organization forms an important part of the U.S. mission in Guyana. The Guyana Police Force today announced that it has released the Venezuelan registered aircraft and its crew after documents were provided for the plane, and the local aviation authority confirmed the authenticity of the documents. The plane was detained after it arrived in the country earlier this month with 2 Venezuelan pilots and 2 Venezuelan passengers. At the time, investigators raised a red flag after a number of documents belonging to the plane appeared suspicious. The police force said the outstanding documents which were required were submitted to the Guyana Civil Aviation Authority, and those documents were confirmed as being authentic by the authority. With those confirmations, the police force said there was no reason to further detain the aircraft. Some tragic news to report now. A young driver lost his life late last evening when the car he was driving slammed into a parked truck at the Arrocabra along the Linden Highway. The dead man has been identified as 24-year-old Ryan Wilson of Diamond on the east bank of Demerara. The incident occurred just around 11 o'clock last night. In a statement today, the police force revealed that the driver of the car, Ryan Wilson, was proceeding south along the eastern carriageway, allegedly at a fast rate, when he collided with the right side of the motor truck GPP 2777. A bulldozer was being loaded onto the trailer of the truck at the time of the accident. The driver was taken out of his mangled vehicle by bystanders and rushed to the Diamond Hospital, where he was pronounced dead on arrival. The driver of the truck, who was standing outside of his vehicle at the time of the crash, is in police custody, assisting with the investigations. And finally this evening, in the courtroom of the Chief Magistrate this afternoon, a Port Kaitumal vendor was charged with allegedly raping a 12-year-old girl. 25-year-old Stefan Bell stood calmly as the charge was read to him. It was explained to the court that on the 12th of July, the man engaged in a sexual penetration of the young girl at his house. It is alleged that he convinced the girl to go to his house since they were known to each other. It was there that he allegedly forced himself on her and raped her. After the girl left the house, she complained to a social worker in the community about what had taken place. The police were called in and the charges laid after an investigation was conducted. The accused was not required to enter a plea, but bail was granted in the sum of $350,000, and he will have to return to court in August for the continuation of the case. That's your News Source Evening Bulletin for tonight. Gordon Mosley reporting.